नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे। सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन
जमुना तीर वनचारी जमुना तीर वनचारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन जमुना तीर वनचारी जमुना तीर वनचारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
Paramahamsa Parivindakacharya Stottar Satashimat. His Divine Grace Srila Bhacharana Arvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
ISKCON Bhakti Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
जय।
नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की
जय।
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की
जय।
श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की
जय।
ब्रज में वृंदावन धाम की नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, तुलसी महारानी की जय, समावेत भक्त वृंद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद। Oh, glorious to assemble, oh, glorious to assemble, oh, glorious to assemble, glorious to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Yesterday we touched the subject matter of Sharanagati because Lord Krishna says so. One time in Mumbai, Srila Prabhupada was sitting around and Srinathji Das brought some students from Powai, center of Swami Chinmayanand Saraswati. They were also students of Bhagavad Gita. And they came. So as soon as they sat down in front of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada started asking them, so what is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita? Now they are Mayavadi impersonalists. It's difficult for impersonalists to find out conclusion. And they are trapped in their interpretations every day. Something new will be coming out, but it will not favor the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. So they were baffled by this question. So Prabhupada said, I'm asking, What is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita? You are a student of Bhagavad Gita. You must know what is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. Oh Swamiji, there is no conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. Every day you read the same verse, there is different meaning. Every day you read, there is a different meaning. And our Guru is also explaining different ways, so we can't put a pinpoint on the conclusion. And Prabhupada became so angry. Who says there is no conclusion of Bhagavad Gita? You may not know, it doesn't mean others do not know. He put up his fist, thumping the what they call dais, and they got startled. Oh my God! I never saw some Swami so angry. They immediately surrendered. Oh Swamiji, we just came for your darshan. And Swami said, did you have my darshan? Okay, take some prasad and go. A simple action will put them into a complete limbo. They are in limbo, and Swamiji puts up a conclusion for them. He said, didn't Krishna ask you to surrender utterly? Giving up all the notions? Sarva dharmana parityaja, does it mean what? What is dharma? Your own different kinds of mental conceptions. Because they are sustaining your thought. But you never take the advice of Krishna. You misuse it for your own thing. And how would you do the surrender? Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuro mame vashyasi satyam te pratijani priyosi me. You become absorbed in my thought. Right? To get absorbed in the thought is equivalent to samadhi. Madhyaji, you worship me. In the worship you have to offer me everything. Mam namaskuru. Just pay your obeisances to me. Because I am accepting that of my surrendered devotee. Mame Vaishyasi. I give them guarantee that they will be absorbed in my thoughts all the time. They will be abiding in me. Because they are thinking of me constantly. So do you think I am a stone? No. Satyam te pratijani. Satyam means it's absolute truth. Therefore you have to declare it. Pratijani. Because you are very dear to me. What do you need more? But they got the purgative so strong they ran away. Students of, so-called students of Bhagavad Gita. So, for that subject matter of taking utter shelter or taking total surrender, utter surrender, giving up all different kinds of notions that we have stored up till now. Give up. Mamekam sharanam braja. So, we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, text number 99 and 100. There are two kinds of devotees, those who are fully satiated and free from all material desires, and those who are fully surrendered to the lotus feet of the Lord. Their qualities are one and the same, but those who are fully surrendered to Krishna's lotus feet are qualified with another transcendental quality called Atma Samarpana, full surrender without reservation. So, Rakshasi iti vishvaso goptrutve varanam tatha atmanikshepta karpanye shadaviddhi sharanagati. There are 6 symptoms for a surrendered soul. Anukulyasya, of everything that assists devotional service to the Lord. Sankalpa, acceptance. Pratikulasya, of everything, anything that hinders the devotional service. Varjanam means completely rejection. Rakshasti, he will protect. Iti vishvasa, strong conviction. Groptrutve, in being the guardian, like the father or the husband, master or maintainer. Who will maintain me? The guardian has a function. So Krishna will maintain me. Varanam, acceptance, tatha, as well as Atmanikshepa, full of surrender, karpanye, and humility, Sadavidya, 6-fold Sharanagati, process of surrender. So, translation is, these 6 divisions of surrender are the acceptance of those things favorable to the devotional service, the rejection of unfavorable things, the conviction that Krishna will give protection, the acceptance of the Lord as one's guardian or master, full of surrender and humility. Shadavita Sharanagati. Unless and until a devotee is committed to take full shelter, he will not get his Swarupa Lakshanam. This Sharanagati is the number 26 qualities that is to be found only in the devotee. Swarupa Lakshana. We were talking that there are Tatastha Lakshans, means somatic symptoms of, you can visualize, but this one is so much internal dedication to the Supreme Lord that you may not see externally. So the Swarupa Lakshana is the symptom of recognition of being a devotee. If one does not have Swarupa Lakshana, then he is a non-devotee. It's as simple as anything. Let's read Srila Prabhupada's purport. One who is fully surrendered is qualified with the 6 following characteristics. The devotee has to accept everything that is favorable for rendering transcendental loving service to the Lord. Second, he must reject everything unfavorable to the service of the Lord. Third, and this is also called a renunciation. Renunciation means not rejection, but detachment. Third is that devotee must be firmly convinced that Krishna will give him protection. No one else can actually give one protection. And being firmly convinced in this is called faith. If you are convinced then it is called faith. Otherwise, it is simply cheating. You have faith on your body, you have faith on satisfaction of the body, but you do not depend upon Lord Sri Krishna, who designed the body, and he told the body is only a vehicle, it is not for sense gratification. Because you are a precious soul residing in along with me. So, when you drive this body, be careful. Prabhupada arrived in Los Angeles, and one of his favorite devotee, was driving him, and but he was also chanting while driving. He said, "Upendra, don't forget that you are carrying an important, very valuable cargo with you." Don't let Krishna drive this car. You drive. He's chanting while driving. What kind of attention he would have? We get bad habits like this. Prabhupada wanted that his body is an important cargo. He was so humble. But other devotees who are helping, they also have the same important cargo. You are carrying important cargo, including your body too. So be careful. Don't let Krishna drive for you. And he understood. He did not counteract Srila Prabhupada. He understood and gave up mala and drove very carefully. So this is the important thing, that body is a vehicle, and you should not get involved in any kind of accident, either by abusing the body, banging the body, misusing the body. When body gets old, just like my body is getting old, and I have to send it to garage to get fixed up so I can travel. That is Krishna consciousness. But, after repairing the body, okay, let me enjoy. People are determined to enjoy by exploiting the senses, the body, for the sense pleasure. They will never surrender because they lose their intelligence. Yesterday we were talking about that. Bhogeshwari prasaktana taya apratachetasa vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhavana vidiyate. The occupation of the soul, that you are not going to engage him for any reason, because you are obsessed with the objects of sense gratification. No. So this cargo is not to be misused. Everybody takes the cargo with them. People are used to take even other cargos, called worries. And they would put themselves into more subtle jeopardies. So, Baba, cargo is very precious. It is also compared like this human form of the body is a very suitable boat to cross over the material existence. Right? The favorable wind that is going to put the boat afloat and move in the direction opposite to the wind. That favorable wind is called chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
and Guru eva Karanadharam. Karanadhar means he will navigate, so you will go to the destination. That is the opportunity of those who have received the human kind of body. It is not for exploitation, the senses. Otherwise, we will never get the intelligence that is prerequisite, for the occupation of the soul. The soul is a very precious cargo within that precious opportunity being a human body which is made in the image of God. So how much preciousness is there? And we want to exploit for little sense gratification. That is not going to work. It will go against you. Never abuse a body or other body. Bodies are not for enjoyment. They are the vehicle to go back home, back to Godhead. So, we have to get ready for the intention of surrender to Lord Shri Krishna. To get ready means prepare yourself. Prepare yourself, Prabhu. Tong. Oh, okay. All right. So, a devotee must be firmly convinced that Krishna will give him protection. All the facilities, even immunity has been given to protect the body. Krishna is careful, and we think protection is from external situation, but why not internal situation? Both. Internally and externally, the body should be protected. On one hand, if we abuse the body, we lose the immunity as well as protection. It's a well-known fact. And you can't boost immunity. Corona taught a hard lesson to fight against by increasing the immunity. Immunity was not that much elevated. It was enough to fight coronavirus in a small amount, because the inoculation, the injection of the vaccination is nothing but coronavirus. And let it be in a small amount to fight against. So, they are helping nothing but to fight against the, viruses. But how many types of viruses are there? And that many types cannot be, get immune. You have to make, for every virus, individual vaccination. Because culture of the virus will make collection of that particular, and you have to purify it. So no mixing is there. So then and then you can monitor some immunity that is produced for that particular virus. Baba, they gave me 4 injections, 2 boosters I received. Okay? But meanwhile, the 4th virus that happened in China attacked me and I became corona, conditioned. I have to put up myself into, this February, March. I was confined into, I caught up that coronavirus in the hospital. And hospital say, we can't treat you. You go. Take off at least 15 days and you check up whether you have negative. Alright? So, like that. The vaccine that did not work from even a broken coronavirus did not work. So, what is the case of internal protection? Our immunity should be for protection of the soul, not of the body. So our awareness should be for keeping the soul intact for its due function of surrendering to the Supreme. Soul has to surrender. It cannot stay unsurrendered within the body. He will be getting out, then it will be difficult for him to find where to go. So yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tejantyante kalevaram tam tam tamai vaiti kaunteya sudha tad bhava bhavita. You are in limbo. But Krishna says, antakale cha mame vasmaran muktva kalevaram saprayati madbhavam jati natra samshaya. If you quit your body, remember Krishna. Or for lifelong perform devotional service that Krishna will remember you, even though you may not remember him at the time of death. Prabhupada says, in sudden impact you die, you don't have time even not to think about Krishna. What will be the situation? So I read, and Krishna Maharaj passed away, in 2002, and I was the first-hand witness, to pacify his disciples in Singapore. Why this way? Why this way? He is a pure devotee, why this way that he has to die? I said, what's wrong? Death can come in any shape and size even. Anyway, without informing you, it doesn't have to do. It's Krishna's agent, and so did he have a chance to utter the word Krishna before he left his body? I said, it's meaningless to think even. How come it is meaningless? We are told, right? And Baba, if you cannot remember, then do you think Krishna is going to forget the service that rendered by him? Oh, that is... Krishna never forget. You may forget. Bahuni te vyatitani janmani tavacha Arjuna. Arjun, you and I passed many births, but you forgot them. I remember everything. So, omniscient means knowing everything. not only past, present and future, but because he is the master of the time also. He may come only once in a day of a Brahma, so what? But he gives profound education to the forgotten souls. Krishna never forgets them. But they have to learn how to walk back home, back to Godhead. So without surrendering to Krishna, it means surrender to the name. Nama Prabhu. So that factor is very important. Faith is required. What does it mean by faith? Today you are Hindu, tomorrow you will become Christian, as the need will be. Somebody again will come with the sword in their hand. Okay, choose. Quran or death? I will take Quran. You become Muslim. And when the death comes, we don't know what is happening. Ignorance will be prevailing, even when we change our faith, because it is very, very fragile faith. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, faith is not an ordinary, it's called Shraddha. Shatadhana. Dha means Dhiya, Buddhi. Sata means on eternal thing. Asat sadhanam dharmasyasya parantapa. Apnam mrityu sansar vartam. One who does not accept this, deliberate it by intelligence. Use your intelligence. Dha. It is not a mental activity. Shrata means eternal. Dha means Diya. You say yes to the eternality of absolute truth, that you are part and parcel. Body is not absolute truth. Sun is not absolute truth. It's a relative truth. Everybody acquires the potency of the Lord from these two different sources. Even internal potency will give you the strength and required deliberation to the soul. External potency can also give you limited, because it has been created, it's going to be sustained for some time and then dissolve. So, whatever manifestation of that physical or material energy is, it is temporary. Now, distinguish your nature, whether it is leaning towards eternality, reality, to pull out from the source of ignorance. The Vedic injunction says, Om asato ma satkarma, tamaso ma jyotirgama, mrityor mam amritam amrama. This asat, tamas and mrityu, they are the same thing. So, reversely, jyoti, then sat, and Amritam. They are also of the same position. There's no difference between this. So, we are living in a temporary world which is asat. The body is also temporary, which is asat. So realize this. The clarity and realization will come in Kali Yuga through chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So, Asat, Tamas and Mrityu, they are all temporary existing, and we are advised to get out from them. Gamaya means go. It's an order. Get out from Tamas and come to Jyoti. So, this is what it's saying. So, Shraddha Shabdesu Drada Vishwasa Kara Nischay Krishna Bhakti Karile Sarva Karma Krita Hoy. This is the definition of Shraddha. Not ordinary faith, you do not require anything. Faith comes, faith goes. And you are standing in the same material pool. Nobody wants to rescue you. Only surrendering process to the Supreme Absolute Truth will rescue you. So, this kind of faith is different from the faith of an impersonalist who wants to merge into Brahman effulgence in order to benefit by cessation of repeated birth and death. This is also a miscalculation of the impersonalists, those who are meditating on impersonal aspect by simply staggering on a little light lamp and think themselves that you are not this, you are not that. Neti, neti, neti. Then you will come to your own self and you think yourself is very bright because you have been seeing the bright before your eyes. So they said there is some lamp inside. It must be my real position. So you want to get out, but sorry. Ye nir arvind daksha vimuktamanina. Tayasta bhava avishuddha buddhaya aruhya kruchena paramapadam tataha patanti yada anadit yushmadankraya. When Srimad Bhagavatam says, these impersonalists, they think that they have achieved the paramadam, kaivalya, but it is hellish. Kaivalya narakayate. What is that verse of Prabodhananda Saraswati? Akasha pushpam. Then? Take it out, take it out. Very nice verse. Prabodhananda Saraswati. Kaivalyam narakayate tridashapur akasha pushpayate durantendriya kala sarpa patali prokhata damstrayate vishvam purnam sukhayate vidhi mahendraischa kitayate yat karuna kataksha vaibhavatam tam gauram evastumaha. This is in Chaitanya Chandramritan. It is a drama. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has perfectly enunciated and broadcast the process of Bhakti Yoga. Consequently, one who has taken the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the highest perfection of the Mayavadis, Kaivalya, or becoming one with the Supreme, is considered hellish. To say nothing of the karmi's aspiration to be promoted to heavenly planets. Devotees consider such goals to be worthless phantasmagoria. There are also yogis who try to control their senses, but they can never succeed without coming to the stage of devotional service. The senses are compared to poisonous snakes, but the senses of a bhakta engaged in the service of the Lord are like snakes with their poisonous fangs removed. The yogi tries to suppress his senses, but even great mystic like Vishwamitra failed in attempt. Vishwamitra was conquered by his senses when he was captivated by Menka during his meditation. She later gave birth to Shakuntala. The wisest person in the world, therefore, are Bhakta Yogis, as Lord Krishna confirms in Bhagavad Gita, Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam sa me yuktatamo mataha. Of all the yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith and worshipping me in the transcendental loving service is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. So, impersonalis Kaivalya Mukti is also explained by Sanatana Goswami that they are trapped in Mahakalapura, which is almost on the border of Viraja, but it is in the material side. So, beyond Virja, there is Vaikuntha or the Brahmajyoti is shining. So right on the edge, Brahmajyoti is even shining here, but we do not know what is the wavelength of Brahmajyoti. Otherwise, how we get the impetus to do devotional service? It's a transcendental activity. Who infuses the transcendental methodology if Brahmajyoti is not here? But Brahmajyoti permeates even the material world. So therefore it is possible for human being to take shelter the way it has been described. Otherwise, those who are impersonalists, those who do not believe in the personality aspect of the Supreme, they escape, to surrender. But it's a misnomer. So they are trapped in Mahakalapur. They stay some more time and Lord Shiva pushes them back to earth. Aruhi kruchena paramapadam patanti adha. They always fall. They think we have gone, we have achieved, but they are cheated. Lord Shiva will not allow to go. That's why Lord Shiva is very important to smash false ego. You can't whimsically think, So we have to develop Vaishnava qualities of surrender. But we went to know that 3 symptoms of surrenders are being discussed, but there are 3 more. Goptrutveti varanam. The devotee should accept Krishna as his supreme maintainer and master. He should not think that he is being protected by a demigod. He should depend only on Krishna, considering him the only protector. The devotee must be firmly convinced and with him the three worlds, there is no protector or maintainer like that of Krishna. So self-surrender means remembering that one's activity and desire are not independent. The devotee completely depends on Krishna. And he acts and thinks as Krishna desires. So he is becoming conversant to study what Krishna is advising Arjuna. Become conversant with what instructions are given. You can't act whimsically, all right? So it's important that are we serious to take shelter? Readiness. Only by becoming meek and humble and going through the directions of the Shastra where Krishna or about Krishna it is spoken how to take the shelter of it. So that readiness is required. And the last one is said the devotee is meek and humble. Meek and humble. Yesterday we described Pranadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahishnana, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya Sada. Amanina Manadena. This positions is not dual position. For us, we should not anticipate any honor, but we are ready to offer all the respects to others. That is called Amanina Manadena. So, then and then we'll be able to chant Hare Krishna constantly. So, Krishna can be understood also. He declares in 15th chapter, 15th verse, Sarvasya chaham radisannivishta matta smritir gnana pohanam cha vedaischa sarvaihi aham eva vedyo vedanta krit veda videva chaham. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta and I am the knower of the Vedas. Situated in everyone's heart, Krishna deals differently according to the living entity's position. Now, tell me, Bakul Tripathi was very known in our college days in Surat. He was a humorist. Okay? And otherwise the study of literature is a very dry and boring, So, this kind of writers are there. In 1980, when I came to India, I got the newspaper, local newspaper called Gujarat Mitra. And there was an article by Bakul Tripathi. He is quoting this verse, but misinterpreted like anything. He says, Sarvasya chaham radi sannivishto. I am situated as chai or cha in everyone's heart. Alright? Matta smritir gnana. If somebody does not utilize me, do not pour tea into his stomach, there is no smriti jnana apohanam. Apohanam means forgetfulness. If you do not take tea, there will be forgetfulness to do. I'm sitting in everyone's heart as chai. You should know that. He is the knower of the Vedas. But who is the knower? Chai. Vedaischa sarvai aham eva vedya vedanta krit veda videho chaham. How many times he is using the word chaham? Krishna is very funny. It's not funny, man. This your entire consciousness is depending. And they are paid for that. Rascals. It's true, a true story, not bluffing. If somebody can find out in the library this copy of, I don't know the timing, but it will be existing. Just you need to find out. 1980, okay? So, Srila Prabhupada is telling, Krishna is claiming that he is situated in the heart of everyone, and from him comes the remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. And how can Bakul Tripathi can claim that it is tea, not him? By the all the I'm to be known means chai. Is your target in study of the Vedic version is chai? Rather, chai is forbidden. If chai is forbidden, and the three regulative principles, and the third one is should not take any intoxicant, including the one that causes habit forming. You are hooked up by chai. All right? Nobody can escape. If you don't drink tea in the morning, oh man, you cannot pass stool even. What to speak of? Where is the inspiration going to come without drinking tea? In the Western world, they want to drink the tea right in the bed itself before they wake up. You know. Anyway. The living entity's position is to understand the protection of the illusory energy or under Krishna's personal protection. When a living entity is fully surrendered, he is under the direct protection of Krishna, and Krishna gives him all the intelligence by which he can advance in spiritual realization. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. So, that is the way. We simply have to satata yuktana. How will you do satata yuktana? Satadam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dradvrata namasyantasya mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. You should be tricky to make your job as upasana for Krishna. So, everything what you do is upasana. Make it sure. Then you will succeed. The non-devotee, however, being under the protection of the illusory energy, increasingly forgets his relationship with Krishna. Sometimes it is asked how Krishna causes one to forget. Krishna personally causes his devotee to forget material activities. And through the agency of Maya, Krishna causes the non-devotee to forget his devotional service to the Lord. This is called apohanam, forgetfulness. A devotee who is engaged in Krishna's service, how come he is going to forget Krishna at even an accidental death? He may not have uttered, but remembrance comes in the mind. So whatever is locked, yam yam vapi smaran bhavam. The smaran bhavan is in the mind, nowhere else. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tejante ante kalevaram tam tam tameveti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavita. This is the factual, principle that whatever remembrance at the time of death will certainly drag you to that particular position, of forgetfulness. So, the sixth factors are for Sharanagati, and one cannot take without getting into maturity. But if you have desire to surrender to Lord Krishna, take a wholesale surrender, not partial. It's very important. Partial surrender is better than no surrender, that we know. But how much benefit within this lifetime you will get, that in single shot you cannot come back to this miserable but material world. So develop that kind of Shraddha, Shraddhesu, Drada Vishwasa, Karanishchay, Krishna Bhakti Karile Sarva Karma Krita Hoy. So, it's very important, that the prerequisite factors are 6 in Sharanagati. Even those Mayavadis, they are confused in Sharanagati. Right? Or we can get, if we are not progressing in devotional service, we will never think of Sharanagati. People don't want to surrender to Lord Shri Krishna. They give tough time to Krishna. But a devotee is ready to take all the risk and surrender. Risk is bringing us closer to surrender. Without any anticipation of the results, favorable only. If you take risk, and even though in failure, there is no diminution. Whatever you gain will be permanent asset. Accumulate the permanent, and gradually you come up. But come up. Don't become an animal. Those who are, fearful, they are still on animal platform. So, if you have to surrender to Krishna's desire by hook or crook, he knows it. He can do wholesale without much difficulty. But he gives us chance to sufficient intelligent investment. The opportunity is there in human form of life. So we should take all the opportunities, increase our mood of surrender with full knowledge. Otherwise, I did not know. Nobody told me how to surrender. No. Surrender to the Guru, and Guru will pass your surrender to Krishna. Easy way. No risk. The Guru has to take the risk. But this risk is pleasing to Lord Krishna. Never get afraid. Because you are a brave soldier who wants to surrender to Krishna. those who are not brave, the soldiers are captured, and they give opportunity to form Bangladesh. You know the story of Bangladesh. They were challenging directly, but somehow they are overpowered. How many? 85,000 soldiers of Pakistan, they have to surrender. But what is the fun of that kind of surrender? Nothing. Surrender to Krishna, and He will take care with all the promises without any difficulty. That is Krishna consciousness. If you check the reality of surrender to Lord Shri Krishna is very precious desire to go back home, back to Godhead. If you do not do voluntarily, then Krishna has other tricks. Every death after the life is ready for you. So don't take chance. As much surrender as you can will become a permanent asset, and you will be more liberated from all the situations which are completely that risky business in the material life. What do you do to avoid the risk? Get insurance? Is there, let's count. How many took life insurance? 1, 2, oh my God. Okay. Prabhupada told us to give up life insurance. So even though I said, forget it. My Guru says, no more life insurance. Because we know that my services were in life membership anyway. Alright? So, in the early times, I used to go to Fiji, for construction of the temple. And one time in the leisure time, I went to the town and saw there is life insurance company of India agency there. And one Mataji was there. And oh, you're a life insurance agent. I'm also a life insurance agent. He said, how? Which company? I said, she's called. Never heard of it. Yeah, the whole thing is, my services with life membership department, And I said, I have come to give you life insurance. But I'm not like your life insurance, when the maturity you don't give anything. My premium is very, very small, but you get immense benefit. And she smiled. I said, when it is required, upon the maturity, you have to give back as you don't give even full coverage. And when a person dies, You make a lot of alibis not to give. Is it correct or not? He said, yes, Maharaj, how do you know? I said, our life membership goes other way around. We give you guarantee even after death that this insurance will protect you, will advance you. And they started coming in the temple, the whole family with 2 daughters. And, a few years back, after 10-15 years, I waited for her and she got initiated. And it's so funny way, people are making money. How many percentage of the premiums are going in the salary, right? They're worldwide. And in Fiji, all the Indian companies are there. And they're cheaters. Every life insurance or the products is just to cheat. Actually, they don't have in their power, but they bluff. It is in their power. They show you, alluring you. Oh, if you get sick, we will be standing behind you, we will release this much money, this and no. The rules will change. You will not be told the secrets. So like that. Anybody has any question?
Not LIC, ALIC.
Huh?
ALIC.
LIC.
ALIC.
ALIC.
Afterlife insurance.
I thought lies.
ALIC.
LIC. They come to your home with the flavor of elaichi, but they'll put you off.
Anyone has any questions? I can pass on the microphone to you. All of you are fully surrendered. Looks like.
Surrender to the prasadam now.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj, for a nice lecture. If you talk to some of the non-devotees, some they argue like we don't want to take this path. The Guru is within us, and surrendering itself is a big risk. So how to convince them?
Chanting Hare Krishna makes you chicken? No, never heard of it. So, might have to wait rather than jumping up. It's not falling. You jump up and you go up. Try it with courage. We need to have courage to surrender. That is called preparation. If you are ready for surrender, that readiness is based on your faith. If it's a weaker faith, then you will never think of surrender to Krishna. I'm still dependent on Krishna. Why should I surrender? But even in infant stage of our devotional service, surrendering is a spontaneous desire after you know what is Krishna's desire and you want to try it out to satisfy him the way he says. Replacing your desire with Krishna's desire is not at all risky. So we are trying, in all our habits, we try to interfere with the holy name, and it's a fact. We get more courage through association because of like-mindedness. Will help, to boost our desire to come forward, volunteer our service. There's no force. You accept the force just to boost your momentum towards surrender. That's okay, but there is no force required. Every devotional process has its own momentum. How would you check? One time I showed you the graph level, right? On the bottom there are 9 processes, and on the top there are 9 steps. You can measure like that.
Someone sent on Zoom the cha thing. Sarvasya cha.
Neelakanda Prema.
Can you read? I cannot.
So this translation of that verse was, in the form of cha, tea, I have entered into the heart of every living soul. And lastly, Krishna himself says, I am cha, chaham, meaning I am tea.
You impose Krishna. It is your completely entire understanding. So what can we say about those fools and rascals? They simply, it is, the Bhagavad Gita slok is for laughing. Is it? Otherwise it's called an intellectual abuse. They are idiots, even though they have professor degree. And remember, what is the 6th offense in chanting of the holy name?
To give some interpretation.
Interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. So, who was it?
Neelakanda Prema.
Huh?
Neelakanda Prema.
Oh, Nilakanta. Haribol.
Haribol Maharaj, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
God.
Do you like the verse?
It's funny.
Guru Maharaj, in this 2 points, Anukulasya Sankalpa Pratikulasya Varjanam, just like that cha example, someone can take it as whatever is favorable for me I'll take, and whatever is unfavorable I'll reject, even when they are reading the philosophy. But that is what. So how the devotees can come out of that thinking?
You have to hear from Krishna. Read Bhagavad Gita, what he likes and what he doesn't like. Then, how can he escape? Is he a dumb person that Krishna tells and he wants to apply for himself? You have to be favorable to Krishna. Understand him and surrender. A little step in the process of surrender is more valuable than just surrender to Krishna's desire. A devotee is a devotee known by following in the desires of Lord Shri Krishna. Otherwise not. So he will be always watchful to avoid if it is not conducive for Lord Shri Krishna to accept.